Hey everyone, James Baek here, and I'm glad that you guys are back for another episode of VGC Baek Battles. And today's team will finally be using this team for one last time with the Mega Salamence team with Sock, Amoonguss, Entei, Aegislash, and Azumarill. So, this team, it did some pretty good work. I think it has a lot of good sweeping power. Of course, 4 physical attackers isn't that ideal on the team, especially with the lack of special offensive pressure, as Aegislash is really the only special attack offensive pressure I have. But we are going to find 2 battles, and hopefully we can win and have a double win for this final team. Okay, our first opponent today will be a 1545 rated player from Japan. Of course, we are getting a bit lower ranking. Of course, that's because the ladder reset, but not going to take this guy lightly. He's got Gengar, Conkeldurr, Togekiss, Machamp, Escadrille, and Gardevoir. So 2 possible Mega Evolutions. We got the Gengar and the Gardevoir. Of course, I feel like Gardevoir is more potentially the Mega Evolution. Of course, Gengar could be as well. I feel like this is a bit of a Trick Room team. It's got Tailwind option too. That's also a problem. Salamence does pretty good here as long as I knock out the Gardevoir. Aegislash actually looks really good here. I think I do want to bring Aegislash. I just have to worry about the Gengar and that Escadrille. And the Azumarill could really do well if I could sweep. You know what? I think actually Aegislash and the Azumarill might be the lead. And I'll make that the lead. I see no reason not to. I don't like Sock in this game because the only thing it can really do is close combat the Escadrille. I mean, Rock Slide really doesn't do much to Togekiss, especially if it has the Citrus Berry. I'll bring Salamence, no doubt, and Amoonguss in case there's a Trick Room option. Of course, Redirection will be really nice for my team. So I feel like this should be a really fun match. I hope that's Trick Room, but it might not be. Now the question is what he does with the Gardevoir. That's the scary thing. We got Escadrille and Togekiss lead. Oh man, that's actually a very viable lead for my opponent. Azumarill and Aegislash will lead. He's got the Mold Breaker. I'm already put in a pretty tough spot. Now, the Earthquake is obvious, and the Wide Guard is obvious, so I kind of just don't want to go for the Earthquake. He might just go for the Iron Head onto Azumarill. He might also try to Air Slash. He could follow me Swords Dance. So you know what? I'm going to double attack this Togekiss. Get it out of the way. I have Intimidate for that Escadrille later. He's going to go for the Follow Me. That's perfect. No Air Slash flinches coming our way. As we do see the Iron Head onto the Azumarill slot. So perfect. Wow, Azumarill eats that up well. We're going to get the Play Rough off. And this should put it in the Life Orb Flash Cannon range. As it is. Aegislash going to transform into the Blade. Going to get the Flash Cannon off. Goodbye, Togekiss. And that's a really huge start. I mean, Togekiss, it really dominated this lead just because the Air Slash flinches are really not the funnest thing to deal with. And I didn't want to go for the Aqua Jet, even though it's a 2-hit KO on most Escadrilles. It's just too risky to go with that Follow Me. And he did go for the Follow Me option there, which I'm really happy about. Let's see who he'll bring in next. As it's Gengar, looks like. Yep, it's Gengar. This should be interesting. Gengar's not an immediate threat. So, King Shield right here. I have no reason not to. I'll go for the Aqua Jet onto Escadrille. I really want to break this Escadrille's potential Focus Sash. I also don't know if the Gengar's a Mega or not. But it is the Mega on the opponent's team. So, it's not Mega Gardevoir. Maybe it is and he didn't bring it, but Mega Gengar, which is fine. I definitely have to stance change here. Escadrille is going to go for the Protect. Smart Protect there because I bet he's going to target down the Azumarill with a Sludge Bomb. I really feel like he's going to target down with a Sludge Bomb. Let's see, we do King Shield. The Aqua Jet fails. Sludge Bomb? Yes. Perfect call by my opponent, and I definitely could have read that better. However, I did not want to take the risk. Let's say his Escadrille had Drill Run. I did not want to take that risk. We're going to go into Amoonguss. Now, here are some fun things my opponent can do. He can... The Rage Power is so obvious that I doubt my opponent really wants to lose Mega Gengar just like that. So, the play I'm thinking he's going to do is Earthquake and protect. I really don't see him not making that play right now. So predicting that, I'm going to go for the wide guard, and I'm going to spore the Escadrille slot. I really hope he protects Gengar. Oh, he's going to switch out. That's still as good. That's still as good. Into Conkeldurr, it looks like. Now, if this Escadrille does have a move as knockoff, we might have some trouble. But it's actually going to go for the Rock Slide. Interesting play. Trying to get the flinches onto the Amoonguss. We're going to get the Spore off onto the Escadrille. So not as bad as I thought. We're going to double attack this Escadrille because we should be able to knock it out. And Conkeldurr really isn't a big threat with Salamence in the back. And if I can get it down to Salamence and Amoonguss versus Conkeldurr and Mega Gengar, all I have to do is Rage Powder and Dragon Dance for the win. Unless it's Mega Gengar K or something like Icy Wind. His Escadrille is going to take a guaranteed first turn of sleep. And his Conkeldurr is actually faster than my Aegislash. Oh, did not anticipate that. And it's Life Orb Conkeldurr. Interesting. We are going to stance change and get the Shadow Ball off. I don't think it's going to be enough. Shadow Ball plus Giga Drain shouldn't be enough. That did a lot. The Giga Drain. Ah, barely misses. Yep. Usually Conkeldurrs are brave nature. Huh. This puts me in a pretty tough position now. So he's probably going to go for the Rock Slide, and I'd expect Conkeldurr to Ice Punch the Amoonguss. King Shield's so obvious. Do I risk? Well, then again, Escadrille's not that big of a threat anymore. To be honest, I think we're going to risk it. We're going to go for a Shadow Ball into the slot, and we're going to Spore the Conkeldurr. Yeah, he's going to stay asleep. Perfect. That's kind of what I wanted. Now, target down the Amoonguss yet with the Ice Punch. That's definitely on the Amoonguss slot. Oh, I keep forgetting it's Iron Fist. We're going to go for the Shadow Ball into the Escadrille slot. I'm going to pick up the knockout. We are going to get the Spore off onto the Conkeldurr, which is really nice. Really nice indeed. Conkeldurr is going to be taking a guaranteed turn of sleep. And now it's the Gengar, and the Gengar does not want to take an attack. I would guess he would probably want to protect his first turn just to stall out the sleep that his Conkeldurr is taking. So I'm going to Flash Cannon, and I'm going to withdraw Amoonguss, go into my Salamence. Oh, right, Shadow Tag. This could be an issue. I can Shadow Ball and Spore the Gengar because Conkeldurr's not a threat. You know what, I'm going to do that. I know Protect is so obvious, but I can't. Yes, he doesn't Protect. Now, who does he target? He's going to go for the Shadow Ball, hopefully into... Perfect, Aegislash. That's exactly what I needed. Now I should be able to guarantee this game. Because I could have went for the Rage Powder, to be honest, predicting that. However, I'm like, it doesn't matter if he targets down the Aegislash. I mean, I get a free Spore off. This Gengar can't Protect. I'm going to bring out Salamence, and I can knock it out with a Double Edge. And Conkeldurr, unless... Even with Rock Slide, it's going to be at -1. It has to get through Amoonguss before it wants to get through my Salamence. And by that time, it will be a 1v1 between Conkeldurr and Salamence. So pretty much I'm playing this game just focusing on my Salamence to be the dominant force. We're just going to knock out this Gengar because as long as we knock out the Gengar, we do outspeed the Conkeldurr and pick up the knockout. And I am... Wait, did I Rage Powder or Protect with Amoonguss? Please tell me I went for the Rage Powder. I feel like I just went for Protect for some reason. Please tell me I went for the Rage Powder. Come on. Okay, I did go for the Rage Powder. I thought I clicked Protect for a second. We are going to get the Rage Powder off. That is going to prevent this Conkeldurr from attacking us. Gengar is going to be taking its first turn of sleep. We're going to go for the Double Edge, which should knock out the Gengar. I mean, it's a Double Edge. Yeah, Gengar's going to go down. No problem. And now it's Conkeldurr versus the Salamence. Let's see if it wakes up. It does wake up. Gets the Ice Punch off onto the Amoonguss. Which is fine because Amoonguss did his job by protecting Salamence. And now, victory. Checkmate, pal. That was a really good game. Really good game. I was really expecting a Trick Room. I think his Gardevoir would have carried Trick Room, to be honest. We're going to go for the double edge as our game-winning move, as the match is going to be forfeited. So we're going to pick up one win in this episode, which is really nice because this team has been doing a lot of work. Definitely made some misplays. I did not expect the counter to be faster. I thought it would be slower than my Edgeslash. And the reason I doubled up into the Escadrille, I think a Life Orb Shadow Ball would have knocked it out, but usually Escadrille's most common item is the Focus Sash, and since the Gengar is Mega, I would assume the Focus Sash is on the Escadrille. Especially since Togekiss plus Focus Sash Escadrille is quite a common thing, actually. Anyway, we're going to find the second battle and see how we do. Okay, our second opponent today will be Stefan from the United States, Ohio, 1626 rating, using a pretty interesting Mega Metagross team. We got Metagross, Hydreigon, Thundurus, Landorus, Infernape, and Lapras. So, Infernape and Lapras are definitely the Pokemon that stand out. Infernape will probably be carrying the Focus Sash item, most common. It does get a lot of access to support moves such as Fake Out, Encore, Quick Guard, Feint. It gets a lot of interesting options, and it's going to be an annoying Pokemon to deal with. I definitely do like Entei here. Not gonna lie, Entei does pretty well. So does Azumarill. I'm actually tempted to lead Edgeslash and Entei. I'm actually really tempted to do that. You know what, I'm gonna do that. Entei, Edgeslash. I'm actually gonna bring Sock in the back. Yeah, because even though Azumarill does really well against my team, not gonna lie, I mean, the Priority Aqua Jet is amazing. I could also bring Azumarill instead of Salamence. I mean, Salamence only helps me with Intimidate, I guess. Thunder Rays are gonna slow it down. But I'd rather bring it. Intimidate will help against the Mega Metagross. So yeah. Just have to make sure that I do not lose my Edgeslash early on. That will be problematic because I cannot really afford to lose Edgeslash right away. I'm fearing a Landorus Infernape, but then again, now that I think about it, he cannot Earthquake his own Infernape. It's just not going to happen. So, let's see. I'm curious to what moveset his Mega Metagross have. Some usually opt for the most common in the United States, which is where this guy is from, is Substitute, Zen Headbutt, Iron Head, Protect. I know the Japanese prefer Zen Headbutt, Iron Head, Ice Punch, and Protect. There are also some wacky variants with Hammer Arm, Power Punch, Earthquake, etc. So it's quite an interesting mon. It's got quite a few good options, especially since I love Metagross from the 2012 season. And it's just a really solid Pokemon overall. Don't think it really need an evolution, Mega Evolution though. It's too bad how Steel, basically Steel is now not resisting Ghost or Dark, so Metagross did gain some new weaknesses throughout the 6th gen course, but it's still a really solid Pokemon, especially with the new Fairy typing. We got Edgeslash and Entei as our lead against my opponents, Landorus and Thundurus, which is fine. No, there's no way that Landorus is just gonna Earthquake, right? Because I have a possible U-turn. I really think he's gonna U-turn. I'm gonna Shadow Ball, and I'm gonna Willow. Yeah, I'm gonna Willow. I really thought he was going for the Earthquake. There's like a very little chance my opponent's gonna go for the Earthquake. And if he does, I will be very impressed, but I doubt. He's going to go for the Taunt into the Entei slot. Good play by my opponent. As we do see the U-turn, perfect, and that's going to go on to the Entei slot, which is going to activate the Rocky Helmet. So you're going to take a bit of damage, which is fine. Okay, let's see who he goes into. I would say Lapras if he brought it. If he brought Lapras, I'm definitely assuming he's going to bring it out right now. He could also bring out Infernape. That's also a possible option. But it's going to be Hydreigon, so Will-less really didn't matter. I should have went for the Snarl. As Entei cannot go for the Willow, we're going to go for the Blade form. Go for the Shadow Ball onto this Thundurus, which will do a pretty decent chunk. Oh man, that's a decent chunk. Yeah, it is. And Citrus Berry, okay. So if I'm my opponent right now, here what I'm going to do is Dark Pulse and Taunt the Edgeslash slot. So you know what? I'm gonna or he could Earth Power the Entei. That's a good play as well. But I want this Thundurus dead. I want this Thundurus out of the way. Because once Thundurus is out of the way, I feel like with Scarf Sock, I can knock out Hydreigon. Wide Guard will block my opponent's Landorus, and I should really have a good advantage point if I can knock out this Thundurus really easy. So he's going to go for the taunt into the Edge-Slash slot, no problem there. Earth Power. Draco. Into the Entei, but we avoid. Now I don't know if that would have KO'd him. It depends on if he was Scarf or Specs. Oh, and we get the burn with the Sacred Fire. That's going to knock out the Thundurus, but I think that actually puts us in a worse position, to be honest. I would have liked that Thundurus to live. We could have got a Snarl off next turn. That's problematic. Landorus is going to come out. We can't protect either. Oh man, that really sets us back. Well, I'm gonna withdraw Edge-Slash, no doubt about it. I'm gonna go into Salamence. But who does he Draco Meteor? I think he used Draco Meteor the Entei, right? So I'm gonna Sacred Fire the Landorus. That burn really screwed me back. I would have went for the taunt Snarl next turn. Would have got the Hydreigon to -3 if that Draco Meteor hit. And would have knocked out the Thundurus. I would have switched probably Edge-Slash out for Sock, predicting Dark Pulse. We are going to see the Earthquake, and thanks to my Intimidate from the Salamence, it's going to be -1. And I really think if he's locked, he's going to go for the Draco Meteor into Entei. But he isn't locked, he's going to go for a Dark Pulse onto Salamence. Life Orb. Okay, that's good information to know. So he is not Specs or Scarf. That's really good to know. Sacred Fire does connect. Does not knock out Landorus. But that's fine. He's probably going to Earthquake again and Dark Pulse. So I'm going to protect. I'm going to Sacred Fire. I want Entei out of the way. I want a free switch into my Sock. Because once Sock comes in, we have some pretty good times right here. If we just knock out this Hydreigon, I think it's easy streak for my Edge-Slash. So we are going to Mega Evolve with our Salamence, which gains a speed boost, but it really doesn't help us in this situation, to be honest. Oh wait, the Landorus is Scarf. Why would I assume that the Hydreigon Scarf? Well, I was probably assuming Specs in my mind. He is going to go for the Earthquake. He is locked into it. He's going to Earthquake the Entei, which will knock out the Entei. There goes the Entei, which is fine. The Dark Pulse into the Salamence because does not want to risk the Draco Mist. We're going to go into Sock here. Now, I think he's pretty much forced to switch out Landorus, so I'm going to Dragon Dance here. Close. He also might protect Hydreigon. That's what I'm really expecting. I'm really expecting the Hydreigon to protect. Did I predict that, though? I really feel like it's coming down to does Hydreigon protect or not. Hydreigon is the threat, though. But if I can get half onto the Metagross... Yeah, I think Hydreigon has to protect here, so you know what? I'm attacking the Landorus. He's going to withdraw that Landorus. We're going to see Metagross. Metagross should not take a close combat that well. We should be doing at least a bit over half. Let's see if Hydreigon protect... No! I needed it to protect. Let's see what it goes for. Dark Pulse into the Salamence slot. That picks up the knockout. Oh man, if I just went for the close combat into the Hydreigon slot, we would have won. Actually, this game's still not over yet. What am I saying? We're gonna bring out the Edge-Slash. Now the question is, we do see he does have Landorus in the back. We're gonna Flash Cannon the Hydreigon slot. I'm gonna close combat the Metagross. I don't think we can live though. Yep, he is gonna withdraw his Hydreigon, go into the Landorus, which gets the Intimidate off onto my Sock. I was really expecting to protect there. I don't get why. You don't protect Hydreigon there unless he made that really good call. And that's gonna win him the game. I should have just close combated the Hydreigon. I knew that was coming, but I thought he might protect there, switch up back out into the Landorus later. We do get the close combat off onto the Metagross. It's not enough, so we're gonna have to hope for a Zen Headbutt miss, or maybe just went for the Iron Head. He went for the sub! You went for the sub. That might give us a chance. We're gonna go for the Flash Cannon into the Landorus. That picks up the knockout. That picks up the knockout. Now, a -1 close combat from Sock with that Life Orb damage from Hydreigon should knock it out. It should knock it out. I really expect the Metagross to protect here. I mean, I actually don't expect any protects here, so you know what? I'm going to Shadow Ball the Metagross, and I'm going to close combat this Hydreigon. Oh man, this is like so exciting right here. This is so exciting right here. Can we get the close combat off onto the Hydreigon? If it will knock out the Hydreigon, it really should. Because -1 Sock close combat still knocked out a bunch of Kangaskhan's at Worlds, and Hydreigon's not as bulky as a Kangaskhan. It really depends on what my opponent predicts. But Hydreigon's the bigger threat. Hydreigon's the bigger threat. And you didn't protect the turn I was predicting you to protect. So please don't protect me now. This is such a crucial turn for my opponent. Then again, if I had just... I think the play... Oh yes, he didn't protect with Eater. Close combat, please knock out, please knock out. Yes! Now the play was, my opponent was expecting... I close combat the Metagross. I really thought Metagross would protect here. He's going to go for the Iron Head into the Sock, which is going to pick up the knockout, but we are going to actually win this game thanks to our Edge Slash. Sock, even though you went down, you did not let us down. We're going to get the Shadow Ball off onto the Metagross. Oh my jeez. That was so amazing. That battle was so, like, down to the wire, and that was just incredible. It came out to... If he had protected his Hydreigon, we would have definitely lost, but... I shall go over my thought process for that turn. So basically, that last turn with the Metagross, I feel like he would have protected Metagross. The reason is, if I had decided to go for the close combat onto the Metagross slot, his Hydreigon would either be forced to knock out my Sock or Edge Slash. And if he predicted wrong, I could have just knocked out the Hydreigon either way. Now, how do I explain this? I feel like if he protected Metagross, it was like one of his only chances of winning, and that the Metagross was the bigger threat to Sock right away. So I thought he's probably going to protect Metagross or not protect at all. I really didn't expect him to protect Hydreigon there, to be honest. He might have thought he lived the close combat as well, which is why I assumed he wouldn't protect with Hydreigon. But no, Sock is just so powerful, and as long as I had Edge Slash, if I went for the close combat into the Edge Slash slot, I would knock out the Hydreigon slot. I would have knocked out the Metagross with the Edge Slash, or the play my opponent was thinking, if I close combat the Metagross to knock it out, he gets the attack off onto one of my Pokemon. He either knocks out the Edge Slash or the Sock, but then the other Pokemon would be able to pick up the knockout. If it was Edge Slash that was knocked out, Sock could go for the close combat next turn. If the Edge Slash survived, we would have went for the Flash Cannon. That we would have got the Shadow Ball off. We would have King Shield. We would have lived that Dark Pulse easily and went for another Flash Cannon for the knockout. So that was my thought process for that game, and man, it really did pay off. I was so... when I saw Hydreigon didn't protect that turn, that first turn, I was like, oh man, we lost. We probably lost. But, wow, what an amazing comeback. I hope you guys enjoyed this VGC Baek Battles. Really hit that like button if you guys enjoyed this amazing episode. Really good way to end off with this team. I think this team went 11 wins, 3 losses. That 3-loss win streak, though. Oh man, that was a really frustrating time when I was recording. But you know what? Those times do happen, and it's better to get them over with now so I don't deal with them in the future. You guys can also check out my episodes of Pokemon Platinum Randomized Nuzlocke, which is a really fun series. It's really starting to heat up, so if you guys have not checked that series out, go check it out. It will be in the link in the description down below. You can also check out my social medias. And yeah, go back to our channel and check out our new content. And update video should be up later today, so what are you guys waiting for? Go check that out. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.